Today I am here to talk about cover crops in the New Jersey Highlands, a joint conservation effort that started with a passion. Led by partners of the DRWI, we set out on a journey to impact a large amount of land. We all knew we faced a problem when we would see naked fields like this, with beautiful prime soils washing away. With more and more intense rain events in short periods of time, farmers complained of more washouts and gullies than they had ever seen before. We saw this in no-till and plowed fields, pointing to a significant area-wide issue. We knew we had a hard sell ahead of us, so we started by introducing the benefits of cover cropping to farmers. Some were well-versed already on cover crops, while others were hesitant to introduce them into their business plan. We quickly learned we needed to put together local field days. The field days included some classroom time, but mostly hands-on, see-for-yourself presentations. Throughout all of this, we had a mix of opinions. Many farmers practiced no-till cover cropping and diverse crop rotations, while others were tough to change the way their father did it. As you can see, we had several producers thinking it was snake oil, and several more only concerned about lunch. We held the first day on a farm we felt was very suitable for such an event. This producer had worked with NRCS early on to adopt cover crops, no-till, and conservation crop rotation. The producer is well respected in the community, which is imperative when inviting fellow producers to a field day. With that being said, I want to stress how important it is to understand farming community relationships. This ties into our second field day, but first annual Hops and Crops event. We expanded much of our agenda from the first field day. This made it a much larger event featuring speakers from land-grant universities, local agronomists, and more. We reeled the producers in by offering them a great barbecue lunch and complimentary beer from a local brewery. This alone made the event a success in the eyes of many. Again, we had hands-on demonstrations, including this rainfall simulator. Here you can see runoff, erosion, infiltration, and turbidity associated with several different types of soils, including no-till cover crop, plowed, and permanent pasture. Which scenarios would you want in your watershed? During this field day, we coordinated the airplane to seed in the standing corn while the event was actually going on. This was a big hit. It gave the farmers a great look at seed disbursement, seed to soil contact, all things they were very skeptical about. This leads us to our largest effort of the cover crop program, aerial seeding cover crops into standing corn and soybeans. This allows multi-species cover crops to be seeded timely so that the finicky multi-species have enough growing time to be beneficial to the soil. 2014 was the first year North Jersey RC&D and NRCS offered such a program. In that first year, we had roughly 1,400 acres. Of this 1,400 acres, 400 acres were within the Highlands. In order to make a larger impact in the Highlands, we knew that farmers had to see it to believe in it. Success. Although spotty in some areas in 2014, we had excellent timing in the Highlands, and farmers did not have much to complain about, if you can imagine that. For producers with wheat in their rotation, we still stress the importance of drilling cover crops after wheat harvest. This still remains the best way to establish a multi-species cover crop. However, wheat does not fit into many producers' rotation in the New Jersey Highlands as corn and soybeans is dominant. As we tweaked our outreach program, we still recognize the need for a no-risk program where the skeptical producer could try single or multi-species on their own. The program would either make the producer a believer or naysayer without giving his soul to the government. The program had fast results and got non-traditional producers out of the woodwork. New Jersey Audubon creatively developed that program and has been a success to date. Ideally, if they liked the cover cropping so much, they would graduate to NRCS Soil Health Initiative programs. Now we were able to get creative. Here we have a nursery stock producer who wanted cover crop between his rows for the summertime. Buckwheat seemed to be a great fit, and lo and behold, buckwheat has pollinator attractant properties as well. A win-win for both. To date, New Jersey RC&D, New Jersey Audubon, and NRCS has sowed 7,842 acres of cover crops over a 4-year period. 4,005 of these acres have been located in the DRWI focus area. In order to further prove the effectiveness of cover crops, NRCS soil scientists perform monitoring and soil tests before and after application of these cover crops. Tests include infiltration, bulk density, soil respiration, and organic matter. As you can see, infiltration rates increased over the 2 years of cover cropping. The greater the infiltration rates, the more water we conserve, the more water the cash crop has available, and the cleaner our water is. The soil science team has showed us increases in organic matter of 1 to 2% just after 2 to 3 years of the cover cropping. With this nutrient and water holding capacities increasing, all of this leads to our end goal of decreased runoff and better infiltration. As the initiative grows and farmers continue to see the results that benefit them, we are faced with an influx of producers wanting to enroll large tracts of land, which is a good thing. We now aerial seed and drill roughly 4,000 acres annually. This has reduced our infiltration and runoff problem, and we are seeing less and less naked fields. We also now have happy producers who are proud of the cover in their fields and who may have become less wary of the soil conservationists, ag specialists, and soil scientists that tried to sell them a bill of goods in the beginning. Happy producers mean happy land, happy crops, and happy soil and healthier food. These results speak to the dream, passion, and determination of a few like-minded agencies who had a vision way before cover crops were cool. It also speaks to the trust and worthiness needed to work with a large number of producers in a small area. The Highlands focuses on an important landscape with fragile soils and resources. We must not be distracted in familiarizing ourselves and starting key relationships with who works the land, who preserves the land, and who can impact the land in the most effective way, which is the farmer. Thank you.